Welcome to my short series where I make fun of your ships. Now hold your breath and put on your welding glasses and let's work with what Bennett Goldshare have in store for us. I've written about ugly ships before. I've seen flying trash cans, depressed dolphins, and obese space whales. But never in my life have I seen a ship so confidently embracing being a gigantic floating chunk of industrial waste like the Typhoon. The Minmatar battleship is a cylindrical abomination, a metallic bare barrel that somehow became self-aware and started launching missiles. Now that sounds good, but it also looks like a repurposed piece of sewage infrastructure that got lost in space. On the plus end, it does move like it's trying to escape the factory that built it. It fires its weapons like a clogged drain pipe, trying to push out years of accumulated bad decisions. If the Typhoon had a motto, it would be, I might look like a rusty exhaust pipe, but that's why you regret standing in front of me. So let's break down why the Typhoon looks like a missile-spewing septic tank that somehow became one of the deadliest ships in New Eden. The first thing you notice about the Typhoon is that it doesn't really look like a spaceship. It looks like something you find behind a mechanic shop, leaking toxic fluids. The hull is round, stubby, and looks suspiciously like a massive cake of the worst beer ever brewed. The top is covered in vents and exhaust pipes, giving it the appearance of a steampunk nightmare that someone accidentally left running. Now the whole thing kinda looks damp, even in space, where there is no moisture. The Typhoon somehow looks like it smells bad. The ship doesn't look like it belongs in a battle. The ship looks like it belongs in the basement of a failing brewery. The ship looks like a prop from a low-budget sci-fi movie where they just glued on some pipes onto an oil drum and called it a spaceship. If the Typhoon was a real-world object, it would be a rusty, half-broken beer barrel that got converted into a makeshift barbecue smoker. The front of the Typhoon is so aggressively simple that it barely even qualifies as design. It looks like an opening of an industrial ventilation shaft. The armor plating is arranged in a way that makes it look like it's constantly on the verge of falling apart. The Typhoon is the kind of ship that you see on the D-scan and you just know that the pilot has a criminal record. This ship does not look like a masterpiece of engineering. This ship does not look like something that should be flying. This ship looks like it should be connected to a wastewater treatment plant, processing the galactic waste of an entire civilization. If the Typhoon was a job, it would be a janitor who doesn't care but still somehow do the jobs better than anyone else. Now I have been talking trash about this ship, but most Minmatar ships are known for looking scrappy. If a Raven gets hit, it looks damaged. If a Typhoon gets hit, you just assume that's how it always looked. The hull is covered in plates that don't even match, like it was assembled from another junkyard pile. The design is so fundamentally ugly that even the Minmatar engineers probably tried to pretend they didn't even build it, and that's the reason we have so many skins for it. The entire ship has the personality of a used car that only starts if you hit the dashboard at the right spot. Every single part of the Typhoon looks ancient. It's not elegant, it's not pure, it's just chaotic Minmatar violence. The Typhoon literally looks like it got squeezed out of a wormhole by accident. If the Typhoon was a real-world object, it would be a broken exhaust pipe that still somehow passes the mission test. Now the Typhoon is fast for a battleship, but that is pretty much like saying a man in flip-flops is fast for someone who's running through wet cement. It does warp with urgency of a man running from a pack of wild dogs. The thrusters look like they were ripped off an industrial leaf blower and welded onto a dumpster. This ship doesn't move with grace, but it moves with power. The ship moves like it's starting to prove a point to its parents. If the Typhoon was a transport system, it would be a city bus that's running late and being driven by a guy who no longer cares about traffic laws. It is a pirate ship, alright. I think we got that now. The Typhoon's real power isn't in its looks. It's in the sheer number of missiles it can throw at you. And when I say throw, I mean violently eject, in a way that suggests deep emotional trauma. It fires cruise missiles, like it's trying to solve all its problems in one go. The launchers are crammed in so awkwardly that it looks like it was installed by someone with a welding torch and a death wish. Can I change my mind? It doesn't fire missiles, it vomits them out, like a clogged sewer pipe suddenly burst open. The ship wasn't built to be accurate, the ship wasn't built to be beautiful. The ship was built to flood the battleship with so many missiles that someone somewhere is going to have a really bad day. If the Typhoon was a plumbing issue, it would be a backed up sewer main that finally gives out and turns the entire street. I think that's enough of the sewer jokes, and I'm sorry about this last one. When the Typhoon dies, it doesn't just explode. It detonates, like it was holding its suffering all this time. The hull breaks apart like it was waiting for this moment. The missile bay turns into an impromptu firework display, ruining at least 5 other people's days. The wreckage doesn't just float away. It spreads out like an aftermath of an industrial accident. The Typhoon doesn't die quietly. It doesn't die cleanly. The ship dies like a flaming oil drum rolling down the hill into a fireworks factory. If the Typhoon was a tragic event, it would be a sewer explosion that shuts down an entire city block for a week. God damn it, that was the last one, I swear. At this point, we're all wondering, why does the Typhoon look like this? And that is because the Minmatar engineers do not believe in aesthetics. They don't believe in symmetry. They only believe in, if it shoots missiles and it hasn't exploded yet, then it's good enough. And in that respect, they absolutely succeeded. None of the ships are here to look pretty. The Typhoon is here to barrel roll through space, vomit out ludicrous number of missiles, and die in a way that ensures everyone remember it existed. It is a sewer pipe with a rocket engine. It moves like it's trying to outrun its own smell. It fires weapons like a clogged drain bursting open. And finally the video is ending now, because I can't seem to look away from those jokes. Long live the flying industrial waste tube. And that, my friends, make it one of the ugliest ships in EVE. Like the video if you want more, subscribe, or I probably will not talk trash about any more ships that you fly. And I see you guys again.